Hey guys, Aaron here. Um, Today I'd like to share a few insights about, what's impossible. And if you stay to the end of the video, you're going to learn how you can break impossible, daunting tasks into small, feasible, and simple items that you can knock out one at a time, and then you can string them all together. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I'm going to illustrate that on with a few examples, you know. But there's two kinds of people watching this video right now. There's the one who, you don't want to do anything that you're told. You don't want to generate more money. You don't want a better life. You don't want anything nicer for your family, and you're just fine. You don't care. You don't believe in it. You don't believe in yourself, and that's okay. Because there's somebody watching this video right now that is sick and tired of just sitting around and being sick and tired. You don't want to be broke anymore. You're tired of not having the things you want. Maybe you're tired of being sick and tired. Maybe you just don't want to go to your job for the next 40 years. And that's okay, because we got a great plan for that too. But, let me get into the subject here and share a story with you. One of the things that's impossible is actually to shoot a video outside without having some kind of noise distraction. So hopefully this is actually going to work out and be a pretty cool video. Ignore the lawn guy blowing over there, Just let him blow, he sucks anyways. But anyway, so about a month and a half ago, me and Misty went out to Denver. We went out to hang out with some great people, learn a bit about marketing, a bit about business, hang out just with some great people. And we decided to go out there a few days earlier and actually take advantage of being out in Colorado. And we were going, I was like tooting around, oh, I wanted to climb a 14er, that'd be so amazing. And so we got there, and it was a long drive. We came all the way from Florida. And the altitude was just killing us when we got there. It was like, Florida is like sea level humidity. And then it was just like, we got to Denver and it was mile high. Let me wait for this guy. Anyway, mile high altitude. Just the air is so thin. You walk 5 steps, you're like, right? So we got there and we got to Denver late night, so we really didn't have time to get a few hiking essentials that we actually thought we might need. And so we went to Walmart, picked up a few items, and Misty was wanting to get like their emergency kits and all that stuff, and we did, just in case. And the ponchos, they turned out to be quite handy when it started to rain the next day. But anyways, we picked one of the 14ers called Mont Bierstadt, and you can actually look it up if you go online. I'm going to put a few pictures in the email or the blog that this video is going to go on. And yeah, it was just sexy, because we got there, and I was super stoked, right? So we drove for like 30 hours to get to Colorado. Then once we got there, the next morning at like 5 o'clock, I'm like up ready to go up the mountain. And Misty just like has her eyes squinted. She's like didn't want to get up. She's like being all mad and fussy about it. But I dragged us up to the when we got in the car and drove to the mountain. And you get to the foot of the hill and you park in the parking lot and you look and you're like, holy shit, it's really a 14er, huh? Anyways, so we like looking at it, putting our hiking shoes on, getting our backpacks ready, and then we just start walking a little bit, and like after a minute or two, you're like, oh god, I should probably just like take a picture and go do something else, right? But it was 14,000 feet, and it was daunting. Like Misty was like, oh, I can't do it, I can't feel my fingers. Oh my god, I'm dizzy, I'm seeing black. And I was walking a few steps ahead myself just because I thought, I don't know if I can do this. And then so at first you're just like walking and walking and walking and walking. The ground is still soft because you're at the bottom of the mountain, right? You see, like you walking, and then after, what seems like hours, you look around and you barely touch the mountain. You know, it's freaking hilarious. And then you're like, so then you like look up and you didn't even start. You know, 14,000 feet is a tall mountain to climb, and with the altitude, I mean, we were going and breathing heavy and everything. You know, so but then what I had to do was I had to pick a small little goal, which was like one boulder, and then follow the path to that boulder and take a break, half a minute, let Misty catch up, and then together we would go to the next boulder, and then we'd take a break, and then we'd eat a little Cliff Bar, drink some water, and then go to the next loop and kind of turn. And you know what? It was a grind. It was a grind, like your legs feel tired, you're out of breath just because of the altitude. Then you really don't work out on a regular basis because you like just hanging out on the beach in Florida, And so you just like walk, and walk, and walk, and walk, and then for like the first 3/4 of the time, like it just doesn't even seem like you're getting anywhere. And then finally, just when you think you can't do it anymore, and when like you look at your girlfriend, you're both like, oh, we could just quit, but you just know that if you go back down right now, then you won't be able to say, I actually climbed to the top. And so all that you did up to that point would have been for nothing, really, because at the end of the day, you can't tell anybody, well, I tried to climb, and I just didn't make it, you can't create a legacy off of things you would do or you're gonna do, and so, anyway, so we got to, like, at a certain point, you turn around, and this is, like, the first major boulder where you could sit, and you could look over the valleys, you could see the other peaks. Oh, man, my face is turning red. This hat is hot. Gosh, excuse my hairdo, God. Anyways, so we got to that first bowl, and we were just sitting there, and it just looked amazing. You could see the blue skies, and I think we even took a picture. I might put it on the blog. So go ahead and check the pictures on my blog from Mount Bierstadt. And it was just amazing, And then you're like, okay, we made it this far, we can make the next stop, right? And so we walked maybe another half an hour. The air was still thin, but now you were kind of like on the ceiling of the world, so to speak, because now you could see the end. The end was in sight. You had these great views that you could see, and it was just an amazing walk because through the clouds of exhaustion and high altitude and maybe even a little hunger, maybe a little tired. Didn't sleep too well the last 3 nights because we were driving in the van. We wanted to do the road trip, we wanted to just have that time and hang out together. The kids were at their aunts and stuff, so we just wanted to take that time. And it was amazing, because, there were several times when we just didn't think it was possible to climb the 14er. We just didn't think it was possible. But we kept doing little things. We kept going from one little boulder to the next, or a big boulder to the next. One turn, one serpentine to the next serpentine. And just keep going, and then just another one, and just another one, and before we knew it, we were at the boulders. The whole tip was just a bunch of boulders, so you had to go from one boulder to the next, and you know what, we just had to do one boulder at a time. And we made it up there in almost 3 hours, so which is epic because, we're from Florida, humidity, not really working out at the time, and so we made it all the way to the top. And then once we sat there, you looked over the whole thing, and you knew it was worth it. You just knew it. You just knew that all the suckfest up to that point, all the exhaustion, the high altitude, the sore legs, the sore feet, everything was worth it because you're standing on top of the world. Just epic. It's worth it. Standing on top of the world, accomplishing your goal is worth it. Shit, you want to make $1,000 a week? It's worth it. Make $10,000 a week. It's worth it. It's not going to be easy to get there, but you can take one step, you break it down to small tasks, okay? So, but the great thing is that if you know what you're doing or you know which direction you're going, you just have to break it down and do little things at a time and just add it together. If we would have walked to one boulder and then camped and walked to the next boulder and camped, it would have freaking taken us 10 days to climb a mountain, And so we just put it all together, and so what I want to leave you with this is, To you, it might seem impossible to supplement your income with another $1,000 a month or $1,000 a week. You know, most people want to make between $5,000 and $10,000 extra a month. We can help you get there. But this seemingly impossible task can actually be done if you break it down into the simple tasks. And we'll show you exactly how to do that. Click the banner, or click one of the banners, one of the links, enter your email address, because we'll get you started. We'll give you simple tasks. We'll give you a boulder for each day, and you just go stick with it, okay? Just go with it. And then before you know it, you're going to be on top of your goal, whatever it is, whether it's a 14er, whether it's sailing around the world, whether it's living in Florida and wearing a stupid wool hat, you know? I can do whatever I want, because you know what? I'm a self-made man. Of course, you know, I believe in God, and I have support from great people like my girlfriend Misty. But you know, you can do whatever you want. Surround yourself with great people. I want to be in your life. I believe in you. And go ahead. Make sure that when you do put your email in it, in one of the boxes, that you go and check your inbox, because we're going to send you amazing information. We're going to send you information that's worth thousands of dollars in each email. And so don't waste that. Don't let it go in the spam box. Mark it with a star. Mark it as important. And stay in touch with us. And I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys.